So there we go. How was everybody's Saturday? I should actually start the stream with, I did Butter Bells this morning. Really good match, really good. Being able to shout town with Clown and Doof at the same time. Although I'm not sure which of us... Actually, I'll ask you guys. I was going to say not sure which of us talks the most, but I'm pretty sure Doof is the least spoken one. The least time on the mic. And I'm pretty sure... You get your snag today? No, I didn't. God, no. Pretty sure Doof gets the least amount of time on the mic. And I'm pretty sure I get the most. So, question for those that have missed it. And we got a loading soon screen. Let's get rid of that. Down here, we have the XP bar. We made it to level 1 yesterday. Thank you again, Taco Bear. And others who subscribed yesterday. Hoping maybe we can double the XP at least by the end of the weekend, because at the moment I am guaranteed a Twitch sunglasses for participation, a Twitch bucket hat and towel. I don't know if I have to complete the level or I'm already level 2. I don't know. I have to read the fine print. Except then Clown is getting into his story mode. I think it's so slow for telling. Oh yeah, Clown stories take forever. Some of them are good, but they take a long time. If I can get to 3, I get some slippers and a bathrobe. Sassy will be pleased. Because iPad Child, I got a cap last time. iPad Child stole it. She is very, very happy that it says Twitch. I think it says Twitch across it. That's all. You mean thongs? It says slippers. Thongs are rubber. Slippers are, slippery and not rubber. They've got like fur in them and stuff, and designed to keep feet warm in cold. All right, so we're gonna unmute good old Fox and Bilbo. How you going on, boys?
Yay! I finally loaded in.
It should be about the same for you and I.
For some reason, it's really slow for me. No idea why.
As in...
It has been for other servers as well.
As in loading in, or I'm talking lag, latency?
Loading in.
Okay.
Watching the stream.
I'm not sure slippers necessarily have fur. They don't necessarily have fur.
They're usually fluffy.
But generally, yeah.
Fluffy, textured.
I kind of want breakfast, but there's
They'll be
nothing in my
soft.
house to cook. This is why I keep bacon in the freezer at all times. You take 3 slices of bacon, and you wrap them in Glad Wrap, and then you put them in the freezer. Or 3 or 4. And then when you can't be bothered cooking something, or when you want something for breakfast, there's generally always eggs, and I know there's bacon.
Merry Christmas.
Yep.
And you take the bacon out, you put it on a plate, and you hit the defrost, and you give it like a minute on a defrost cycle after you've ripped the Glad Wrap off it. Defrost it perfectly, cook her up, she's good. Alright, so in theory, my project from last stream works.
You just need turbo motors.
In theory. You have heavy oil residue you can't output. Heavy oil residue goes into that machine. Okay.
Is there a way to show multiplier statistics?
Nope.
They've nerfed a lot of the statistics that you can get normally with Epic Engine.
Okay, so side note, completely side note, and it's only because I looked at the Twitch ANZ Bitfest thingamajiggy bob. Destiny Atlantis, do you know, as far as a quick flyer is concerned, because that's all the research I did, I read the flyer, there's a Destiny Atlantis, probably with slightly different spelling, as a streamer, who is also an Australian-New Zealand partner, because they're on the schedule. Okay, so I think this is now working. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I'm like, hang on. Destiny streams? I had no idea. And I clicked on your thing and I'm like, no. With that follow account, no. No. Okay, turns out my water pipe that says it is connected is totally not connected.
Okay, so my ping is 300 odd. Yeah,
You can't help that. Is it
Yeah, I
worse or
know.
better than not? Is it worse or better than last time?
Oh, that's worse. It was 200 and something.
I got the same ping for both servers. Had absolutely no idea. I had no idea either. Like I said, I was just reading the propaganda. Sorry, the marketing material, not propaganda, marketing material. They're entirely different. So, in theory, all the fuel should be going this way.
Oh wow, got a lot of turbo motors.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I wanted 2 more of these. And I was out of heavy modular frames. That's right. What's
Will
the difference?
those burn fuel if there's no power drop?
Yeah. Everything runs all the time now. N. Nope.
Oh.
It didn't save that.
JD needs to come back anyway. He needs to get the ornament. And
Oh, yeah, we've
send
got a
off
new
rocket.
up. Yeah. Oh, the rocket's done. Nice. Okay.
Fox needs to sit on top of it so it can go up for the skybird.
Yeah, sure.
That's not a rocket. That one's the one that's the little drone above the hub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rocket. Close enough to.
How many people can stay on top of it?
Quite a few actually.
I was stood on top of it. I hit the skybox.
You died.
Yeah! What? Nope. We gotta go back. I've lost my warthog.
The warthog?
Yep, my warthog statue.
Yeah.
Priorities. I don't know where it was. I think I just assumed it glitched in and fell out of my hand. And then actually realized that it had actually been put down somewhere. No idea where. Must have maxed output for every resource node on the map and then turns them at a higher tier as possible before awesome seeking them all. That's generally those that stream Satisfactory constantly. Okay? Those that Satisfactory is their main game. That's generally what they aim for. Max all resources, take them all, turn everything into turbo motors. I think turbo motors have the highest points currently. And then sink every turbo motor. And it's 100% prioritized for turbo motors.
The other
We
one,
have-
the director one.
Huh?
Isn't it the director one? That's the one that gives the people. That guy was making 2 million points.
We've got 5 double containers full of presents.
Woohoo! Is there Atlantis World doing something like that? I don't know the history behind the Atlantis World. All I know is semi-popular female streamer from memory female, Kibitz. I want to say it was Kibitz. Maybe it was Total Eclipse, then Kibitz. Maybe it was just Total Eclipse. I can't remember. Somebody did a base tour after seeing her post on Twitter. And maybe even featured by the devs, which then her streams exploded, because I know I watched a few of them, and then some mean people said some mean things, and then as far as I know, she's not streaming regularly anymore. Kibbitz did a tour of it, no idea if he was the first. Yeah, I thought it was Kibbitz. Snow! How you doing, mate? Just checking in, gotta go in 10 minutes, family dinner. Snow, you need to move all your social arrangements further forward or further backward in time. Religiously, when the stream starts, even when I'm starting an hour early, it's like, hi, I'm here. Yeah, I gotta go. How you doing, Snow? I'm doing alright. After sleeping on the floor, I'm doing surprisingly alright.
Probably want to take my jetpack.
How'd you get kicked out of the bed?
The bed got thrown out.
Yeah.
So after my 90-minute nap between streams, I had a 3-hour nap on the floor today.
He's special.
You didn't just nick one of the kids' beds for the nap?
Oh no.
Baby size.
No, gross.
Baby size, probably more
Gross.
comfortable than the floor.
No, gross.
You coming for a ride then, Fox?
Don't require me to put all my stuff away.
Just take it with you, it'll be fine. We just craft more ones. 23, 4, 15, 9, 11, 17, 3, 24, 14. I don't see 4. Alright, are you boys ready to go? You're on top.
Well, I am. Don't know about Fox. I think I'm on top of where I need to be.
Well, it's disappeared for me.
Oh, Bilbo have a perfect stream. Yeah, well, Fox, if you land right there, that's further down. Yep, you're standing on it.
I've got
Oh, there's a present in the way. Oh my god. Alright, you guys are ready?
I think I've crashed.
The game, or you're crashed to the ground?
The game?
Okay, cool.
Milestone
I'm
reached.
taking off.
The particle accelerator.
You are taking off.
enables previously impossible processes, such as recycling nuclear
One of you has a
waste,
jetpack on, the other one not so much.
as well as the generation of
He's
exact
got a hover.
matter.
I've got a
A new
jetpack.
project part enables progress to the next phase.
Bye!
Yeah, I've crashed my game. Yeah,
Me
it's
too.
reconnecting. Oh,
Went up in the sky and the screen's just frozen.
Fox is still moving. No, Fox, stop moving.
well, I respawned.
Bilbo's moving. Very quickly that direction.
Doesn't see me moving. My build queue's all set to -1. My screen's locked up.
Bilbo's moving. The minimap says he's moving. Did she finally went to bed? Flash! Did go to bed child finally go to bed? Generally every other day.
Every other day.
It's not a multiplayer Satisfactory stream without some crashes? Correct. Bilbo's still moving. Holy shit, the train's on the minimap! Oh my god. So,
What kind of chaos is this?
Bilbo's hosting this on a headless server, correct?
Yeah.
Headless
Okay.
client.
Headless server.
Oh, and it's a dedicated server.
Yeah, so it's headless. So no GUI.
No GUI. I can
'Cause-
see a console.
Because that is the one thing I have. I have an extra copy of Satisfactory, so I could technically, if we ever do this again, have a actual dedicated host that's a player on a computer that just does nothing.
You don't need, it's just a one-line command. Once
Yeah.
you've got Steam
I found my
CMD.
body.
You found your body?
Steam
You're doing well. Because Bilbo's still flying across the map.
It was right next to where I died.
You install Steam CMD and then you can run a command and it will set up a server.
Yeah. It's just, in theory, if you have a GUI server, or, you know, one that's not headless, in theory it has less errors. Like, Bilbo has attached himself hard to the top of the pod. And is still on it. I know what we unlocked. We unlocked something.
The thing to make nuclear spaghetti.
Next Saturday to another family birthday. So... Oh, no, Bilbo disappeared. Hard disappeared. Just gone. Vanished. Okay.
I can access the mini-map, but I can't move.
Oh, I think you're very dead.
I don't think it's it. I need to respawn.
Alright. Calendar. Where is number 4?
Well, you can get a hint if you really want.
Do I want a hint? That's the question. 7, 18. That's a hand. That's a 22. That's a 9. That's a 15. That's a 2. That's a 4. Hey! More ornaments. Ma'am. Nope, I need 100 of those, or 200 of those, and 200 of those.
There's more than that. Prepared.
So,
Though I do
Fox
really want
built some...
crystals to overclock everything.
Oh, yeah, I've got those. 12, in the box.
Which box?
The box. Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
You're trying to find a fast travel possibility? Oh, look, if in theory you could fast travel.
15 slugs. Not slugs, crystals.
115? You're not
You
holding
have
them at all.
15 crystals? God.
Yeah. I went and converted all my slugs to crystals.
He's not holding them at all.
I rid the slugs, not the crystals.
200 of those. Nope. And 200 of those. And we go to ma'am, and we plug you in, and we go research! And in theory, the tree has more decorations.
We're checking it twice. We're gonna find out who's been selling the spice. Fixmas is coming to
Who's
town.
been selling the spice?
Yeah, June movie kit just came out. Somebody's selling it. Surely. Yay! More decorations. Okay. Full. Alright, what do we have in here? We have the star. We can't do the star. We have
That's not about
red,
the 10th.
blue. I need all the balls.
Oh, all the boulders is enough.
Balls. Oh.
You have
Other
to wait
balls.
till the 10th, I think, from what I was reading, before you can get the star.
Technically, you could just roll the calendar forward. Fixmas. Gift tree. Candy cane.
Oh, there is no multi-ball thing that you can make. At least not yet.
Like an assembly machine. He hasn't unlocked.
Oh, it hasn't been unlocked.
What haven't I unlocked? I've only done one of them. The other one is It's Snowing with snow... Oh, multicolored balls. Yeah, we need multicolored balls.
Christmas tree can be upgraded.
Can?
Fixmas lights.
Yeah, right there. It's 1 copper, 1 iron.
No, that's actually the Christmas tree got also upgraded. It's got lights on it now.
The big Christmas tree or the little Christmas tree?
Big one.
Yeah, every single time you do a major research, it upgrades. Automatically.
Lots of candy canes everywhere.
Candy cane
There's
jail.
there's the ornament bundle.
Yeah, it's in the assembler. That's what I said.
Copper and iron, but copper and iron.
I need more candy canes. Candy cane power poles. No, there's a Fixmas lights thing, but we need to get these parts made first. And now that Fox has 130 slugs, he's probably going to go through something like that. What 100 and something?
Bilbo has them.
Oh, Bilbo has them still.
I put them all in machines here. We're all maxed out.
Okay. And what are you doing with the rest of them that you're hoarding in your inventory?
Stay in my inventory, because you can just put them into the awesome sink.
No, I'm not going to put them in the awesome sink. I was thinking about doubling this whole production line, actually.
Got 99 left.
Um, 12 candy canes per minute. So this is just presents into all these things. Okay. You.
Actually putting down foundation. Sinner.
I know. It's a sacrilege, but I was actually going to put machines on top of existing machines, and then, just to fit with the rest of the theme of the rest of the base, I was just going to remove all the foundations, leave them hovering. In practice, you can fast travel easily. You just need to find a system that works reliably. You land in coordinates determined by how fast you enter the tube. We have gone with the closed system
That
for fast travel.
doesn't really work on multiplayer servers. It works in single player.
It has limited success in multiplayer. Please, let's reset the expectations. It works, just
Kind of.
limited outcomes. Cable, and I want a heavy modular frames for my own project. Oh my god. High-speed cats.
All of
10
the
minutes up.
stuff.
Not a problem, Snow. You removed my assembly!
All the Christmas stuff has 1 point sink value.
1 point.
Also, it needs to be slightly taller
Why?
so it can get over the boundaries.
No! Are we still on these things? We're still on those things. Okay, so that's a smelter. I'm assuming Fox has gone the stereotypical. Let's center the smelters on the tiles. Oh look, Satisfactory is not predictable at all. Alright, yeah, I say we just double all the machines. That's my face. Branch.
Yeah. Hang on.
Copy. Paste. And then Fox build things far enough away. Not a hope that he can merge in the existing boxes.
Oh fuck no. I wasn't planning on any other boxes.
Welcome to expansion rules with Jetty. Oh.
You can't upgrade a single tier box to a double tier. Even worse when I've done that.
Hang on, I'll look at that in a second. I am calculating spaghetti. So far it's intense and probably is not going to work. That side? Oh, yes! No! Fine, let's go down. Fine, land on the box first and then go up. There we go. Alright, what did you do? You're referring to this one?
Oh, not just that. I'm referring to that. The two boxes on top of each other.
That's fine. What's that? That's a splitter. That's an output. Yeah, it's fine. We could work that out somehow. Somehow, as in, I run away and leave Fox with a problem. Does it behave like train collisions? Why are you allowed to build foundations or anything inside machines? Because foundation... hang on. Change vertical. Look! It's a specialist... Oh, sorry. It's a smelter. It's a specialist smelter. It's a fortified smelter. Because it got too hard to stop bastards from me clipping everything. Why do you not have copper bundles? Are we relying on production, are we? Fuck that. Force feed items. Alright, so what do I need to shove in the MAM? Where did I leave my MAM? Did you remove my MAM, Fox?
Someone else did, but yes.
Okay. I just dropped them down and I forget about them. See a random MAM on the ground, I just pick it up. So we need 10 plus snow plus branches. Okay, got that. Snow is one of these boxes. That one. And branches is that box. And I am getting... I wouldn't call it rubber banding. I'd call it some sort of weird jitter. Yeah, this is weird. The analysis of its snowing is complete. Please chew and begin a new analysis. Okay. It's snowing. Fixmas decoration times 2. Not that one. It's a bow. How the fuck do I get a Fixmas decoration?
Which one's the Fixmas decoration?
A reef with a bow on it.
Something we can't do yet, because it probably unlocks tomorrow.
10th.
Oh no, it's a bundle of decorations plus sticks.
Come on, finish placing machine. Yep, there we go. Alright, it is that one. So 2 a minute. And requires your output. So Fox, I'm going to make a strange suggestion for all future boxes. Double size. Just double size. All of them.
Well, I didn't really want to have them coming out of the boxes ever. I didn't know how many more things there were.
I don't know either. Do you have slugs on you?
You think I've got slugs?
Well, somebody keeps running off with them all. On the threat that I'm going to put them into the sink. I would never put them into the sink.
You can't put slugs in the sink.
You can after you convert them to power shards. Still not do that. So you're going to be 2 per minute. And to get a snowmaker, I need 2. So that means I can build 1 of those per minute. It's not fast enough. Bilbo? Where are the power shots?
Miles away from you.
Oh my god, he is literally miles away. Okay, fine. And Fox went a little bit overkill with the storage for presents.
You think?
He wanted to mass production the production. And never have to worry about it again. Pretty sure we're in that category. Oh no, the bottom box is empty. No, we do have to worry about it again. Hello box. You can have the bows. You can have the snow. You can have back the red ones. I don't have any gold ones. White ones. Blue ones. Okay. Alright, so I wanted to build 2 more power plants. Nope. Turns out I want to build one of these.
Why do you want to build a power plant for?
To burn off the things in the magic calculation recipe thing that you gave me that I couldn't get to work. Must snap to a wall or similar. What? Walls. Basic wall. Zoop. Wall. Wall.
Right, I'm on my own feet. I'm local to the server and I still get killed while I'm going through hypertubes.
Oh, cool. So it's definitely not a latency issue. Is it an autosave issue?
I don't know, the autosave set to every 15 minutes.
Do you have any sort of... Oh. Ada's trying to talk.
Milestone exchange concluded. Fix-it freighter re-entry complete.
Nope, it was just that coming back. Okay. You're meant to make snow. It's like snow in Australia. It's just cold. There's no snow. There's no snow.
And this is even better, I can't even jump.
So, you go there. You go there. Now snow? Snow dispenser is crap. That is my official term.
Overclock it.
There's no interface.
A bit more power.
It don't take power. I'd build more of them, but I can't overclock the original machine because somebody ran off with all the power shards. Okay. Snow dispenser there. And nope. And there. Double the snow. All the snow. Some clipping. You're dropping snow here in midair between the two of them. Yeah, okay. Try again. Side by side. For maximum snow. You have a very unhappy cat. It is the snow cat, who I believe is looking for other cats. Or iPad child. That's possible too. Alright, so I need to build 2 power things. And then after I've built 2 power things, in theory that oil viewer so broken. How is that worse? No, I put a stop to cat combat before the stream started. They started fighting in my room after there was nothing in my room. So they had the whole room because there's no furniture in there currently to fight. It was bad. So I put a stop to it before the stream started. Alright, so if I do 2 more power thingies out here, in theory, this plastic build should work magnificently and beautifully and never have an issue. I just need to keep telling myself that. I also need to turn on the air conditioner, it turns out. At 10 PM at night. Yeah.
Sure, turning the air conditioner on.
And that's why you guys could hear it the other night. Sassy has been sitting at my chair with the air conditioner on, aimed directly at her. So I think it's the mic is picking up. Okay, refinery. Why are you backing up on heavy oil residue?
Yeah, because the server isn't running at full speed.
It is.
Have an Australian accent.
Yes. And it's really fucking annoying that they've done that.
The Google.
Yeah.
The Google definitely has an Australian accent. It is horrible. Actually, the female one several versions ago wasn't too bad. But the male one was always bad.
The male one's horrid.
It was like they paid somebody who was not an Australian to put on an Australian accent.
Yeah.
No,
They went to the Hicks and got them to do it.
No, they didn't even go to the hit. That would have been actually doable.
2,
You could have
4,
dealt with Captain
6,
Kim, couldn't you?
8,
Go
10.
there?
Oh my god, no.
Come to Central Australia and get somebody with a really bad accent.
No, I was thinking Captain Kim.
10, producing 40 is 400. And in blended territory, I have 5 to... Why don't I have enough? Fuck it.
Bugger.
That's what I said.
Fell off the bloody pipe.
You were walking along the pipe for recovery.
Yeah.
Should have just picked up an extra hover pack.
There weren't any hover packs. We need to make some.
There's
more
at least
back.
one.
They're jet packs. There's no hover packs.
There's at least one.
There's at least one
No,
hover pack.
I built
I
it.
did look. Oh no, again, this is by a headbutt Harry. He's trying to help me get up on top of the pipe.
Okay. How the fuck do I fuck this ratio so bad? Alright. So I have 10 of them doing 40, so I have 400. I need to remove 400, which means I need 8 of them. That is 6, so I only need 2. 2's not that bad. Am I right, chat?
You're always right until you're wrong.
I'm always wrong until I'm right, don't you mean? And that's 500 water of 600. Just run a new pipe. Okay. One of them on that pipe. You plug in? You not plug in? Okay. So with those two added, I need a water pipe. No, I need... Let's go get water. It took longer to figure out the position as last two than building on top of the existing row. If I'd remember foundations, but I don't remember foundations. If I could just get one to magically attach to the top of another, you bet I would. But because I've got to pull out foundations first, and then set them up, and then how much water do I need? 300. You guys produce 100 each. 120 each, right? 120. You shit me, right? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, we're going to build that there. So I can bring that pipe off. We'll deposit you there. We'll remove that. A lot of pumps? Don't need pumps. I don't need any pumps. I don't need pumps for head height. It's not like Factory where you have to add pumps to have flow. Satisfactory, you only need pumps for head height.
I want to check what the difference is in power between a Mark 1 and 2.
Mark 1 and 2 what?
Pump.
Probably a lot and a lot.
Something
Stupid.
and something else.
You come to here. And then go into that input. And then give me one of them. I'm going to put you there. And then we're going to take out the far side and jam it in that port. Nope, I'm out of copper as well. Fine! So is this ratio going to be wrong as well then? Whatever, we'll fix one problem at a time. Pump jam. Staying near the pump for flow now, I think. No. At least the physics are wonky. Every game that adds fluids is wonky. The only game I've seen... The only game I've seen do it properly is Rift Breaker, where a fluid pipe is just an electrical connection. It's not actually fluid. So Bilbo, funnily enough, I found tubes are worse here than on the dedicated server.
Okay. I can't. Just walk then everywhere.
The what?
Just walk everywhere.
Oh yeah, sure. We'll catch the train that at least now shows up.
There is a positive to the dedicated server.
Yeah. Or double the UPS is a positive. Where the hell my hog has gone, that's a negative. Because I can't find it. Alright, I will...
It is deciding the double this has really made a pain in the ass because I did not leave room to double everything.
Of course you didn't. Why for you? Oh, now the belts are moving. Okay, we need to go this way. Well, you've played Factorio. You know however much room you think you need to leave twice that amount. And it's only with experience and practice you can start leaving the exact right amount that you actually need. And what else they come here for?
Exoskeletons in Factorio, I don't get them here.
Then you'll start doubling up because you want more anyway.
I'll be back, chat.
This is his home.
Why can't you upgrade planet chests?
Mm-hmm. In what game?
This.
Different sizes.
Okay, I'm back. Food order, foundations? No. It was my sister and her husband dropping off keys to the ute. So we can do a tip run tomorrow. I think that's everything I needed. Is that trash bell actually? Okay, it is moving. Yeah. Tomorrow, big day. Today, meant to be big day. Today was big day, but didn't get the projects I was meant to get done. I wonder... Wow, I turned off the air conditioner. It's hot already. That's bad. Now tubes are running fine. It's almost like the server's not loading as many chunks in a memory as the dedicated one was.
It's got more memory space available to it. It's got 64 gig. You can use.
But are there config ini files that... That's the only thing I can guess.
Maybe. I'll have to look. While you're doing the studio review.
Sure. Alright, so what I needed 3 pumpy themes. I like the hyper-shooting accelerator. Is going to steal that for my own factory. The Fae! Yeah, they're very handy. We do have a couple that are in loops where you go round and round a loop and you get like 3 or 4 loops and then in theory get shot out the correct direction and get accelerated out. The catch is it's satisfactory and they work a satisfactory amount of times. And then they fail. Catastrophically. Normally, with you being launched so far across the world... Yes, that totally worked, game. It's one power pole. What about the others? No? Okay. Then with you getting launched out the wrong direction across the map. Probably to your death. That pipe? I hate you. Did you? No, you didn't. I want to join anything. And you'll probably need a pump.
Timeout.
Using config files.
Just trying to see what might have changed a little bit.
I hate your game. Hate your game, hate your game, hate your game, hate your game, hate your game. Why can't I just have robots that just refill my inventory with all the basics that I need for all construction?
With all the mods you can.
Yeah, tell me about it. I was told by another Satisfactory streamer who regularly streams Satisfactory, all you need to do is you just need to make a train loop and have the trains just come everywhere. And you just load all the crap you need onto a train. You just have a building train. I'm like, yes, we do that in Factorio as well. Except the quantity of building you do in Factorio is slightly different to the quantity of building you do in Satisfactory. It is significant magnitudes more. Go.
Which is why you have trains that fill just with landfill.
Yeah. Yeah. Need the landfill train. I need
modules train.
you. Yeah, but even then you'll have a general purpose builder that still has a lot of different items in it. Okay, we have water to here. Then we don't have water to there. We'll have a new pump.
It does get complicated because when you can eat like 12 items or 24, you want to be smart about putting things inside them.
Why does the not GUI flow further? Whatever. Where is the server geologically located? In Bilbo's basement.
I don't have a basement.
In his attic.
I wish I did.
In his attic. At his house. That's the bottom line. My pipes and belts are in a holy mess. You haven't seen the rest of the base, have you? If you have, they're awesome. They're awesome, because it gets worse. Okay, because I ran that up... Really? Do you not have... What? Oh, look! I look at you and suddenly you have power. You still don't have power. How does my... Oh my god. Yeah?
Yeah, the special JD.
You have power now? Do you have power? You don't have a recipe. Okay, that's a whole separate issue. What does a headless server mean? It means no GUI. So it runs a copy of the game, but no graphics.
It just handles the game updates between all the clients. So keeping them all in sync, which is what the tick update is about, is how many updates to the clients it's doing per second.
Okay, you're running. You do not have fluid. You do not have fluid.
Basically a way to offload work to another set of processes.
No, you do not have fluid. From there... to be fair, the building you do in Factorio actually means how much your bots place things. Yeah, but bot placing things or you placing things, it comes down to resource management or building management, I guess. Whatever. It comes down to physically having the items. And I think, in fact, I know Factorio does a much better job than what Satisfactory does. Much better job.
Just do an autosave.
Can I touch you on the end? Nope. Okay, fine. We'll just go out to this machine output. And we'll have you thread into that pipe. Yep. And then have a splitty boy. Splitty boy, come here, you. Psst, you. And have you plug in... You won't cross over with a machine? How fortunate. You can go there then. And then we'll take that. We'll plug that. And that machine. Okay. You don't have water. I forgot your water hookup. There you go. Have some water. Are you happy now? Okay. So, green lights all around. You guys are making fuel. Unfortunately, I have too much fuel, but we can fix that with a... Oop. Solved. So you're working. And you're working. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 of you at 50 apiece is 400. Excellent. You make 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's also 400. Why do you have a light on? Bilbo left the game. Because the
Jump.
pipe is very full. We will try flushing this network as well. Well, that pipe obviously not connected. Even though it was connected at one stage, it's obviously not connected. If I upgrade you now, and now you're connected pipe. Okay. Oh, my handle went away. Okay, that closed. That disappeared. That disappeared. That disappeared. That disappeared. That disappeared. Okay, so we flushed the whole network. Now everything should be connected. So we should go up and down in liquid fairly randomly. Okay. And that should be producing 20 resin per minute, 10 machines, 200 resin. 200 resin comes in here. And you go 40. And so it means I should have 5 machines. I have 5 machines. Why is your light not green? Because you don't have enough polymer. Well, you should have enough polymer in a minute. Okay. So then these machines output their polymer resin on this belt, which then comes over here, and it had 5 machines making how much rubber? 20, so 100 rubber per minute. Comes over to these guys. We take our 100 rubber per minute. You use 30. What? $20, $40, $60, $80, $100. But you guys use 30 a piece. Yeah, Bilbo, this thing that you sent me, it's all wrong.
No,
Yeah, it is.
you just didn't follow it. And didn't put it down because both BTG and so on were able to follow it and get out 700 plastic and 700 rubber out of it.
Was it listed in Discord? It was listed in Discord in Satisfactory, I bet. It was. Okay. Let's try this again, chat. Okay, we do HOR. That's HOR. Not the other HOR. Which is heavy oil residue. Which should give me 40 fluid and 20 solids. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got that. That gives us 200. 200 polymer residue. Yep. We take our 200 polymer residue and we run it into 4 machines, which we've done that, which gives us our 20 out. 20, 40, 60. Where the fuck is this other 167 meant to come from? See, this is rubber. That's plastic. And then it converts all the plastic. It converts all the plastic back into rubber. This only produces rubber.
So you had to basically the rubber that was being produced. You had to feed 167 back from the very last stage.
But I'm trying to
where you
make
turn it-
plastic. He gave me this cheat sheet, and I'm trying to make plastic, and all this thing does is make rubber. Is that what you're telling me?
Which step are you on? So I'm trying to avoid putting Twitch top.
I am in the top left where it says residual rubber, and then turn the rubber into plastic, and then turn the plastic at the bottom step back into rubber. I don't want rubber. I want plastic. Plastic is the end outcome.
So just flip the two around then.
Okay, so
The,
this
top one,
recipe...
on the top one, make plastic.
Uh-huh.
So on the top one, make rubber.
So this is 40 polymer resin in for 20 rubber. Okay, we changed that.
So the residue rubber, change those 5 machines, change them to make residue plastic.
Which is 60 for 20.
Yeah, it'll work out eventually once it catches up.
It's a different ratio. It needs 60.
Doesn't.
It does.
It does.
They've specifically made it so ratios aren't exact both directions. That's half the reason JD's been complaining about the ratios.
Yeah. This is
They're
a great rubber
specifically
build.
made-
This is an awesome rubber build. Don't get me wrong, awesome rubber build, produce a shit ton of rubber. I want plastic.
It's on a heavy frame.
Okay. Oh, that's so going to break the belts.
Ugh.
There's plastic in the mix somewhere. Oh, everywhere. Awesome. Yeah, we're just going to leave that for a while. Eventually it'll sort itself out or block up. Okay. So, if I have... I can't afford a fucking chem plant. Okay, sorry. You would take in... polymer resin for plastic out. And it would be 60 for 20. Rather than 40. And I'm making...
That's my body.
Hey babe, children need a toilet stop. Hey! Hey dear. So I have 200. 60, 60, 60, 120. So that's going to give me 20, 20, 40, 60. We'll call it 70. 70 plastic. There goes the family part. Or the family friendly went as soon as I opened Satisfactory. Okay, so in here we're going to go recycled rubber. So we're going to take our plastic, which is 30 per minute, and turn that into 60 rubber. Or we can take 30 and turn it into 60. So I'm going through this first step to make plastic, to then take my plastic and turn my plastic into rubber, and then it outputs. I don't really want to turn plastic into rubber, because that gives me more rubber again.
So, as I understand it, you'd
Rubber,
have to
rubber to plastic, plastic.
residue your residue to your polymer resin to plastic. Then you do plastic to rubber, and then rubber with fuel to make plastic.
Okay. So we'll go for this one, which is 30 per minute, and I have about 90. So I run 3 machines, and that makes plastic. And then I take that, and there's meant to be a plastic recipe or a rubber recipe that requires fuel.
It's recycled. There'll be a recycled plastic recipe.
So I go plastic. We make plastic at the first step. We've got about 100. We take our 100 plastic. We convert it into recycled rubber. by using some fuel. So 3 machines to give me about 60, about 180 plastic. No, that one. No. Bye, Sassy. Okay, I'm so confused. Step 1. Residual plastic.
You might want to go and make a flowchart that's actually for plastic, not give JD one that's not for plastic, because the numbers will be different.
Polymer resin and heavy oil. Heavy oil residual. Heavy oil residue, which gives me polymer resin. I take my polymer resin and I turn that into plastic. Okay, which gives me about 100-ish, 70, 80 plastic total. I take my plastic and then I use this recipe to go to rubber, which gives me 180-ish rubber. And then I'd have to use this again if I have enough fuel. We've used 30. I've used double the amount of fuel. Okay, how much fuel we making? 100. And I have 8 machines. So I'm making about 800 fuel. Back to this. How much fuel is this making? 200, 300, 800.
So that's making a heavy oil. This is doing a residue. Residue in these things says to make it. So instead of taking your polymer resin and making rubber, you should be making plastic. You should be inverting those.
But the numbers change and therefore the machines change.
Fucking died again.
Okay, so we're going to have you do polymer resin to residual plastic. 20. Copy. Paste. Paste. Okay, so back to step 1. Step 1 is making 20 times by 10 machines is making 200. So I need 1 more machine. You go away, you go away, you go away, you go away. Drop another machine right there. Phone, shut the fuck up. Copy, paste. Pipe. Belts. You have recipe, right? No. Paste. Have crap from my inventory. Have a power connection. Should be working. So, we are making 20... 20, 40, 60, and a double up machine. Awesome. Okay, are any of you connected? You are totally connected, and your output. Okay. You have 30. Okay, now I need this second. Jod, why not build on foundations? I ask you a different question, Jod. Why build on foundations? Okay. So I have 20, 40, 67. 67 plastic. which should use 200 polymer resin. Okay, so we take out 200 plastic. No, 167. No, 67 plastic. Okay, and we come over here, and we turn our 67 plastic into that one, which is 3 machines. Yeah, we'll fix up your belt shortly. Okay. And if we go back to the start, you are still producing the same amount of heavy oil, which we are definitely taking to here, and definitely still making 800 fuel. So just everything to the left of here is rubbish. Cool. Let's remove you. Let's remove you. Let's plug you in there. Remove you. Remove you. Plug that into there. And that into there. Okay. And undo. Okay, so you guys should produce rubber. And we've turned 67 into... I need you to use about 7 plastic per minute, which is 20%. 22%? 15. 25%. 25%, you reckon? Okay, so we're going to clock you 100. And then just before it finishes... Actually, no, if I do that and I turn it off and then turn it back on... You are not quite fast enough. 7.5 per minute. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so we are making 60, 120, 135. So we've doubled our plastic by turning it into rubber. And then we take our 135 rubber and we run it into this machine, which is going to use 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 120. And then you'll run at 50% clock. And turn you off and on again. You suck. Update. Hello. There we go. Okay. I'm confused. Is this how it works in real life? Of course it's how it works in real life. No, it's not at all how it works in real life. So 30 fuel, 60 fuel, 67 fuel, plus 30. So we'll call that 100 fuel, 130, 160, 190, 200 and change fuel. And we've turned it back into plastic. And I have no idea what the output rate is, but that doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is that rubber belt needs to come in to that belt, and then I need to rebuild everything because they're all contaminated. Come on. Alright, much more important question. How much fuel did I use up? Because I know I was literally just looking at that number, but I forgot. Remove it. Oh, you and your internal buffer shit. Come on, you can do it. No, you still have a bit of plastic on the belt as well. Okay, you go away, you go away. Rebuild you for the 5th time. Okay, I think it's empty now. Okay, and you. And then we remove that one. Actually, you don't go anywhere, do you? Nope, you're the last machine. Okay. So, if I have... You output rubber. Have my rubber, please. And you take an input... No, I need the plastic. Okay. So that should work. And then we're using 30. So 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, plus a 15. So we're using like 200 fuel of the 800 we're making. 800 fuel. So I need to remove 600 fuel. Okay. 600 fuel, and then you use 12 per minute. 600 divided by 12 equals 50. I need 50 fuel plants. Cool.
So you've made a fuel refinery.
Why do you need to remove it? This shouldn't need to remove anything. It should all be consumed.
You tell me
Because
what I'm
JD
doing
hasn't done
wrong
a flow chart.
to
That's what
follow.
I'm trying to rewrite.
Yep, I don't have a flowchart to follow. And... Satisfactory is still early experimental development phases, which means I have not memorized the recipes yet. You come back when we're in final release, or in version like 0.17-ish, where we don't get another update for like 2 years, and I will probably accidentally memorize the recipes. Unless it's 7 AM and you're asking me in Biter Bells, how much copper plate do you need for a AP round? I thought it was 1. Nope, it's 5. Okay.
Get that wrong, JD.
Because here am I thinking about spaghetti stuff, not how much copper do I need. I just need to get copper there using a terribly straight method. The rubble, we're going to do a studio update at midnight, hour and a half. It's 1 steel. It's 1 steel and 5 copper and 1 AP, 1 normal round. Right, 1 normal round costs 4 iron. It is 1 normal round to 3 AP round machines. And from memory, you need 2.5 machines to make 1 military science per second. Well,
2.5?
2.5 AP ammo machines.
Yeah.
Hello, my friend.
Wait, no.
Stay a while and listen.
I'm gonna go.
4.
Huh? No, it's not 4. You're going for 2 per second. Nebulous. Nebulous. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Welcome to JD's terribly clean, horrible spaghetti mess. Currently, we're trying to make plastic. We're getting everything but plastic. Okay, so that said I needed 50 machines. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 21. Okay, I counted that previously and I had 20. No, do not remove the power pole. 6, 7, 1, 2, 3.
Plastic. Plus fuel.
How many times can you do this loop? In theory, if I had more polymer resin. Considering it takes in plastic and turns it back into rubber with just fuel, in theory I could just loop it again. In theory. Okay. 20. Cool. Alright, so then power 1, 2, 3. I don't have any of those materials. Cool. Glad we established that. So let's run that a second time. So if I open this, this takes in rubber and spits out plastic. So if I take plastic and spit it back in again and convert it back to rubber and then rubber back to plastic, every single time I go through the process, I double the output, and whatever I've doubled, I subtract that amount of oil. Yes. Fuel. So I have 60...
You're supposed to get for 1 oil, 3 plastic. At the end of the day.
No idea.
3 rubber.
No idea. 60. So 60, 120, 240...
So we got 1, 2,
270, come on, load.
6, 10. You got 10 machines making
1, 2,
every oil
3,
residue.
4, 5. So that's 240
That's 400.
plus you
So it's
is
8 blenders.
270. So if I doubled it again, I would get 270. I get over 1,000 rubber, and I would subtract 270 fuel.
Some of that.
You know, if you have one line of 600 crude oil, you can make power OP to 290 fuel gens. Yeah, we've got that on the other side of the base. This is why I don't really need the fuel. I don't need the power. What I need is plastic.
Yeah. Needing to do flow charts is really annoying.
Yeah.
Plastic's coming in here, it's making rubber. The rubber coming out is going where? Rubber's going this way.
Right at the moment, I just need to open you and go like that, I think.
What's going on here?
Technically that one.
Rubber's coming up.
See, Bilbo's confused.
You got rubber to plastic machines here, you don't have enough of them.
Rubber to plastic. That's plastic. Okay, yeah. So, first step, heavy oil. Next step, heavy oil to plastic, right?
You take the polymer resin and make it into plastic.
Yeah, did that.
That plastic
Converts
plus whatever comes in.
converts into
that
rubber.
plastic into rubber.
Yeah, which is these 3 machines here. And then those 3 machines turn their
There's
rubber
more
back
than-
into...
There should be more than 3 machines.
Should not be more than 3 machines.
Because you're supposed to take the plastic that comes out of the final stage and put it back into the loop. It's one of those Covarex type of processes. You need to build up a headwind before you can start sending it out completely. Which is why you've got too much. There's a belt on there's a line on the left hand side that goes up that says 167 comes from the final output back into the build.
This loop.
The pain in the ass.
It's a very. You basically have to. It's only the overspill that goes out to the outside world. The overflow. Everything else goes back into the loop.
Okay. Try this again. Which straight away means I have... This says 5 machines, but I don't need 5 machines. I have less than 5 machines. Okay.
So 3.3 machines is what you need to make the polymer resin.
Yes, I have that. I have that, yeah. And then you're telling me I need... So my first 3 machines making plastic to rubber is fine. Okay, because that consumes everything that the first machines put out. And then...
Those 3 machines that you're making make 66 plastic per minute.
First 3 make 66. First four machines make 66.
First 4 machines make 66.666
Yep.
rubber per minute.
And then they come over here,
Per minute.
and then they double. So those 4 turn into these 3. Follow the belt. This splitter.
Yeah. So they go into these ones here.
Yep. So that's
So
that.
So you only really needed 2 of them because you're only getting 66 in. But yeah.
Huh?
You know, at some point this belt needed to be bigger because you needed, because this is why it's so much easier without sushi.
Sushi's fine. Sushi's fine. Forget how they plugged in. Those 4 go to these 3. It's all consumed. Okay? These 3...
Plastic comes out.
Plastic goes in, comes out as rubber. Rubber goes to these 5 machines. Okay, I can't ping now. Hey! Pings! Okay? And it's all converted back into plastic.
Yeah, and then that plastic should go back as a priority back into the build.
Or into a new build that just does what I need to duplicate it and duplicate it again.
Basically, all the fuel should get consumed by this build.
Neon Bob, did they change the numbers? There's 1 number for rubber and there's 1 number for plastic. Bilbo was nice enough and provided me the numbers for rubber. And it's not quite the same for plastic. And I don't have the plastic numbers. So there's some head smashing going on. And unfortunately, to get this shit done properly, you need a flowchart. Which is a little bit more complicated than what you can do in the back of your head. Even with my thousands of hours experience in these sorts of games.
So this is 30 in, 30 in.
So really, I just need to calculate how much oil I have left over, how much fuel I have left over, and consume all that fuel.
The recycle recipe is exactly the same numbers as the rubber to plastic. Plastic to rubber is the same numbers in and out.
So every single time I double it, I consume 90 fuel. I have 800 fuel currently, and I am consuming...
Not enough.
30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 200. And every loop's going to consume another 90. So if I do 6 loops, it should consume just about all the fuel, and whatever left over can fuck off over to the fuel sinks. Okay, cool. So I need 6 loops, which is 6 machines, then 12 machines. Okay. Do not need fuel generators. Clear list. I need production refinery.
So all these fuel generators here can be dismantled.
Hang on. I need 6 loops at 3 machines each, so I need 18 of them. I need 180 motors. How do you feel about 180 motors?
I have no motors, I have no inventory.
Oh, cool.
I just had to recover my body for the 3rd time.
Cool.
Decided not to keep anything aside.
To use the water for the recipe to fuel. So we have... Water is here somewhere.
Got the water going to the blenders.
Water is this one. So you take the heavy oil residue and convert it into fuel right there by adding water. Which then gives me all the fuel that I need to consume. And it should be 12. 12 should be... No, 18...
Eight blenders.
18 refineries. That's the magic number I'm trying to burn.
You've got 8 blenders, and they're all going to the same fuel pipe.
Yeah, they are.
So that's 800 going into a 600 pipe.
Shh. Don't come back to me with these technicalities.
No, it's an important fact.
It is. It might be one that I've overlooked. That's a separate problem. Okay? It just means I'm going to have to split it and paralyze it and then repump it and something. At the moment, I just need to get...
Just as I can keep reminding you about it.
That's fine. You keep reminding me about it, and eventually I'll do something about it. I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4... I don't care. 5, 6. Okay, and run out of power. Okay, so you 6 are gonna do plastic and a rubber. Copy. Paste. 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 Okay. So technically, I have, at my first junction, managed to use 200 fuel. Go, power pole. You can do it. Okay. Eventually that packet will get to the server. Or maybe it won't. Okay. And there. And there. Okay. So. I have too much fuel in a pipe. But if I put the fuel from you two into there, you should be fine. And I should have used 98.2% of it. Plug that in there. And then we want logistics. Easy answer, polymer resin, 6 over 13 polymer, and 2 residue. I have no idea. Hang on, I'll bring that back up. I am using polymer resin. So heavy oil residue into polymer resin and heavy oil residue. Heavy oil residue comes down here and gets turned to fuel. Alright, and it's 40 fuel out with 20 polymer residue. Polymer residue turns into residual plastic, which is 3 machines, then turns into rubber by adding fuel to the plastic, and then we take the new found rubber and we bring it down here and we turn rubber back into plastic. Yes. And every single time I go through this combination, I should, I need you to go there. I need that to come over to there. I need that to go over there. Every single time I go through this combination, I should double. So when I swap from rubber to plastic, I should connect, damn you. I should double my output at the cost of fuel, in theory. Okay, so then you're still a 600 pipe. So I need to do this. No, I need to put you on there. Then I need to take that and plug it. No, it needs to go to the next step. Okay, so you guys then need to have that belt. Actually needs to go into, let's go with that machine. 8. That's not 8. 9. Merger. I want a splitter. So you go into this machine, and you go into this machine, and you go into there, and you go into there, and another friend right there, and one more belt goes into there. Okay, so all my plastic buggers off and becomes rubber again. Yeah, you both have all your inputs. And I was doing 60, 122, 240 plus 30. So I'm doing 280. 30, 60, 90. That's not 240. So I do turn polymer into rubber is more efficient. Possibly, but that requires an extensive knowledge of the recipes. And that's the thing that I don't have. Like, our project started on the assumption that I had the right information. I didn't have the right information. Left overflow. So if you overflow, plastic can piss off. You're meant to come out still. Cool. Alright. So, we've now taken our plastic and converted that into rubber again. So now I need 12 more refineries. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on. 8. Gravity. 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, so we take out 12 lots of rubber, and then we convert it, 6 lots of rubber, and we convert it into 12 lots of plastic. Face you that way, throw you over there somewhere. We want a 9. That's a merger. I'm going to need a merger in there, a merger in there, and a merger in there. Okay, so you plug into you. Come on, any side, I don't care. And fine, you can plug into that one. And you can plug into that one. You can plug in that one, and you can plug in that one. Okay, so that gives me rubber. And then, nope, 8, 9. We want a splitter there, and a splitter there. And it continues built along. Lose all the frames for reasons that I do not understand. And lose power again. Okay, so you're going to be rubber and fuel into plastic. And I still have to deal with the fuel pipe. I think that was a recipe. Embrace the ramen, exactly. Well, the recipe doubling is the same. You turn 6 crude into 2 residue, either 2.116 plastic or 3. So what you're telling me is I should have really stuck to rubber to start with, and then just allocated my doubling. Differently because I would have had more rubber to start with. What I'm really learning from this whole exercise is I should have just taken the original plastic rubber build, whatever it was, and as we have heaps of power, taken Bilbo's little power plant over here that's running on fuel, and just combine the two together and turn the whole lot into plastic. That's what I've learned.
Wasted a lot.
Why would it be wasted?
Because they're not using the power.
What do you mean not using the power? You have a power build currently over here that's burning fuel for power, that you have a better power build over there that's also burning fuel for power, and the way Satisfactory works is the fuel gets burnt no matter what.
Yeah.
So technically if I pull this whole power plant offline, net impact 0.
Probably.
Yeah. So if I just taken the fuel, the fuel from there, and the existing rubber build, and just stripped it down, and turn the whole rubber build into plastic, or just gone through enough duplication steps that we had lots of heaps, lots of either and both, then we would have been fine. I hope the devs know the monstrosity they've created. They know. They do know. Okay, so I need that end of that pipe comes this direction. Yeah, there's something the GPU don't like. Okay, that pipe goes into there. That pipe goes into there. Like, it's funny, we're not technically duplicating resources, we're just converting from one type to another at a net gain of 0. That's all we're doing. We're converting 2 lots of 30 resources into a different lot of 60 resources at the cost of power. Okay, I need you to have another splitty boy here, because I need to run... Sure, upgrade that pipe, because that's what I really want to do. I need to run you into the end machine. I need to put a splitter in there. I need to run you into there and you into there. Okay, after doing all that...
Okay, Bilbo, I need a shitload of power shards now.
I need to take that pipe and put a pump pipe. Go be gone. Okay, put a pipe on it. And your one job is to siphon a tiny bit of fuel off that pipe. And force that tiny bit of fuel in there. Not that I actually think I need it. And then actually I'm going to need another splitter over here. Yeah. Because I think I have extra fuel over here. Nope, I just ran a couple of tubes. Okay, fine. That should work for the moment. We just need to Mark 5 belt out of that machine over to here. Yeah, something unhappy about distance. What is it? Fog? No, R.fog?
R.fog.
Tab 1. No, 0. Space 0. No, it's not the fog. It's got to be the skybox then.
It could also be the actual generators, because on mega factories you need walls all over the place, because buildings rendering and moving, some things are done at full detail even though you're a million miles away.
I think it's the power plant.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
That's why you encase power plants in every other building.
That's stupid.
You're only just figuring out that the game is only satisfactorily running.
No. No, I've dealt with Satisfactory quirks for ages now. I keep
You
seeing...
didn't think that would happen.
No, they keep updating LOD distance calculations and things. I just assume they would have fixed that one by now. Okay, so you can't reach your splitter, so you go into that one. You can't reach that one, so you're going to go in that one. You're going to go in that one. You're going to go in there. You're going to go in there. You're going to go there. You're going to go... Invalid shape. I call bullshit. Try going in the close side. Cool. And then you go in there. There's a chance I have too much plastic for this belt, but we shall find out. One of those there. You go in there. You go in there. And one there. Okay. After all that shit is done, I'm going to take that belt. Where the hell's that original plastic belt? I've lost it entirely. Haha! Right there. Nine. Major. We take that into there. And then lots of plastic. And lots of plastic. And up over here, through here, into there, into there, into there. You make fuel canisters. Excellent. Rest of plastic goes this way. And down to here. And over to there. And we have... Whoop. Actually, I've got a fuel generator build over here. It's making fuck all. Okay, so that's plastic done. So the only thing I want to do over here is I want to put down the all-important awesome sink and plug that into a power pole. Please find a power pole. And then I want an 8, no, 7, no, 7. Smart splitter there. I want to plug that into there. We want right overflow. I want to catch the train. 3/8 crude oil in turning fuel. Then use 33 and recycle final resources to side resource. And use 67 and recycle side resources to final resources. Gypsy Goop, exactly. I'm crazy. I always thought this recipe creates something out of thin air. No. It's oil in to create your heavy oil residue. So your heavy oil, your purple liquid, plus your polymer resin. Then you take your purple liquid, you add water again, which is technically free, to give you fuel. You take your polymer resin and you turn that into either plastic or rubber. From the sound of it, always into rubber. And then every single time you take rubber or plastic and add it to fuel, it's a 1-to-1 part of whatever your... a fuel and the other item to produce a 2-part of your plastic or your fuel. Your plastic or your rubber. And you just keep duplicating it. And this flowchart is built intentionally with a loop, with a smart something here, probably with a load balance as well, as this is in theory over 1,000 items. Careful, don't smash your feet. Huh? Okay. So this is over 1,000 on a belt. So there's probably some sort of load balancing speciality here with another 900 on a belt here, which is more than a belt to support. With 121 going sideways, no idea what the sideways is, and then 720 coming out. The idea being a full belt plus excess. But nightmare.
The feedback loop, probably.
No, the feedback loop's elsewhere.
Are you sure there is more than one feedback loop?
Correct, only one. There's 160 going up, there's 1,000 coming out, there's 900 going down. with 780 continuing out. So there's an extra 121 that just, from looks of it, just gets trashed or it's a second output. You're right. Create it out of thin air, you just pump it full of water. The fuel is water. 1 crude and a 0.66 fuel and then 2.16 resin. Then, I don't know what the hell that is. Water powder, no pickles, sure. Actually, no. I'm going to throw it in the fridge or something. Turning residue into either 0.7 due to plastic or 1.083 rubber, then combining that with a 1-to-1 fuel to produce double of the other. Yeah. It's a good way to convert one excess to the other excess. And honestly, if I was doing this in Factorio, because the belt organization is simpler, I would have both systems running combined and merged together with a load balancing. So whichever system needed the materials, that would be the system that output the materials.
Also, it would be simpler to do because you got the double splitter with 2 inputs, 2 outputs.
Yeah, surprisingly, you would assume the fact that Satisfactory has a splitter that splits 1 to 3 would make life easier. It doesn't. It doesn't. Factorio's 1 to 2 or 2 to 2 is vastly simpler and easier and superior to work with. Am I behind in chat? Are you reading this from somewhere else? I'm making stuff up as I go. How you doing, Zara? Also, Factorio has 2 lanes, each 2 to 2. Yeah. Derp training is still derp-tastic. It is. It's alright. It gave me a free ride home, which all I was looking for, because I need copper sheets. That's what I need. Because I have 1 pipe I need to build. And technically, I can't bring up the crafting. Oh, I can't bring up the crafting. Oh. Funny thing, the train always fixes itself at the end of the road. If you stare at the carriages, it works fine. If you watch it, it's well behaved. Have you ever reached the bottom of the playable area? As in the bottom of the box that is the sphere, that is the planet, that if you go any lower, you start taking damage? Yes. Have I done it intentionally? No. What the hell is that?
She's not tired.
And?
She's wrapping Christmas.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got a list of things that need to get done tomorrow. I can't hear you. Okay, walk away.
Hopefully she's at least being productive.
Go to bed shot, yeah. So you can put a train station there and go there anytime you want. You could, but you could just jump on a hypertube from base. Payrolls disabled for... Oh, we've got an ad break on. I apologise, chat. Which you're probably not hearing, because ads are turned on automatically.
Oh, well, dumping rotors.
You've always got a rotor problem. We shouldn't have.
Dumping them.
Oh, yeah. Well, everything should get auto-dumped. Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
but that means we actually have enough.
Awesome. Look at my Xenobasher. I can't hit something. Damn. What am I looking for? I'm looking for that menu, logistics, 5 pumps, which needs motors.
So I tripled it. I just need more shards.
Oh, you tripled it.
Yep.
Double was not good enough.
Well, a merge has got 3 lanes.
I see your logic. I understand it, yeah. We're probably dumping rotors because the box is full along with the motor box.
Oh wow.
Yeah, as soon as things start filling up, like golden heavy modular frames is almost full. Radio control units almost full. Friendship pellets are definitely full. Electro rods almost full. Heat sinks are not full. Really? Heat sinks are easy to make. Shenanigans also not full. Alright, I want to go back to oil. I want to put 2 pipes on. Do I have plastic? That's a dumb question. I do not.
Why do you need plastic? You're going somewhere where you make plastic.
Because I don't actually get off at the train station. And there is not automatically put into the storage box. That's what there is. There's 1 plastic in the box because I just put it back. Because I believe some idiot had to hook up automation and didn't. And did not. Okay, where does plastic go over here? Factorio, 2D, double it. Satisfactory, 3D, triple it. Actually, that's not a bad slogan. Okay, that's a plastic belt, so we're going to put an 8. And we'll just drop you literally through the ground. Nobody will notice. Maybe they'll notice that one. I could put build hangers off the ground, off the bottom of the foundations, but you know what? It's just quicker to run the belt across the ground. And I'm looking for, I think that's the one. Oh, priorities. Hi, buddy. Alright, chicken. Really? I fell down so low, I'm not nowhere near power. Forward. Crap. Oh, that doesn't help me. Which one's plastic again? No. 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 That one. I can't see, game. Of course, the one that's fucking invalid. That one. Cool. And then we play did Jetty put it in the right container? I see plastic. I see plastic. It says plastic. Woo! Alright. Do you care about the rubber at all? Not really. We have a heap at base. We don't seem to be using it. I think rubber is like... There's another alternative recipe. Oh. There's a couple of alternative recipes that just... You don't... There's a couple of resources that only seem to go into alternative recipes. And it's if you want to take the factory that way, they're quite effective. Otherwise, they're useless. Rubber seems to be one of them. The other one is...
Steel pipe.
Yeah, steel pipe. Steel pipe goes into a lot of alternates. If you're not using it in alternates, you don't need that much. So I went all the way there to pick up plastic, and I didn't pick up any plastic. No alternate recipe will a bit of a pain in the ass. So many screws. So many screws and so many iron rods. Okay, that belt definitely looks like it's running at full speed. I didn't actually do a calculation on exactly how much we were pulling out during the last doubling. I'm pretty sure it was 200 in for 400 out, for 400 in for 800 out. Screws, wire, cook wire, all plain because they want it in large quantities. We actually no, we have
Hello, my
beefed up
friend.
quick wire.
Stay a while
A
and
lot.
listen.
Ventaxi, how you doing? Yeah, that looks like it's backed up. That looks like that one and that one are not outputting at all because reasons. So, oh no. No, we're just back to our belt. Okay, cool. Alright, so before I forget, let's do one of these pipes. That pipe. So, we pulled...
I love these belts that go backwards.
Do they actually go backwards or they just look like they go backwards?
They actually go backwards.
Oh, okay. So I have fuel here, which goes into a pump, which gets pumped into this line, which goes all the way to the... So let's go through the spaghetti. This pipe that goes through the other pipe carries 600 fuel. 600 fuel gets burnt in here and in here, with potentially attached over 600 fuel. I'm not sure. I didn't do the maths. So, I've got a pump here, which brings it all the way over to here, and adds just a tiny bit of fuel on, in case it's over 600. And then from the end, we then bring it over here, in case it's under 600 and I actually have too much fuel in the pipe. And then in theory, if I put in a valve, that should give me one-way flow, because that's all I want the valve to do. Yep, so I've got one-way flow now, and then I put one of those there, and then I plug you into there, and then we come over here and I put a Mark II pipe right about there because I like that that particular place. Really? Really? Does nobody have a free power connection? You. Hello?
That sounds too convenient.
I'm now like 10 power poles away from where I started.
Just upgrade to a Mark II.
No, it's about redundant power poles. And good luck ever dewiring this mess. Pipes are confusing this game. They're only confusing when you have to use a joiny splitty thing to split them. Except for this rare case where I just made two of them phase perfectly between one another. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. These Christmas trees really do not do the snapping.
No, probably not.
I can walk underneath this tree when I try to do the snapping.
Okay. And in theory, you're pumping 600 fuel per minute, which should not be possible because it's all being consumed out to there. Which means the piping system works perfectly. And the valve is also moving. Valve limit. Yeah, you're unlimited. Is also moving another 100-ish. 50-ish. 50-ish. And you're also moving 500. Okay, so it completely doesn't make any sense at all. Brilliant. Excellent. Cool. We've moved on. Alright. So here... Plastic. So that merger is not actually attached to that belt. Good to know. Okay, you're now outputting. We don't have a recipe. Well, there's your problem. Do you also not have a recipe? You just don't have power. Oh, shit. Actually, you need your own power bulb. There we go. Okay. I think... Alright, how much are you outputting? 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times 60 and a belt moves 720, 780. I'm technically under a full belt's worth. As long as I don't merge it with all the other plastic lines, which I'm doing. Okay, we need a organization. No, I need a 8, 9, no, 7. Smart splitter. We want right to be overflow, which we shall take to over here to go belts. You can do it. There you go. To over here to back to your plastic friend. All those belts are running at full speed. Yep. To down to there, to over to there, to over to here, to this magical pipe, to 9, a merger, to there. Cool. Now producing so much plastic, we're just sinking some of it. Excellent.
Like a boss.
Dune! Thank you for the raid. Deep Shadow Bob, thank you for the follow. And evening, Pete. Spaghettio is intense. It is.
Hello, my friend.
I don't care about the
Stay
power
a
cost.
while and
Correct.
listen.
Power is fine. Power is awesome. We just ignore the problem. How you doing, June? Thanks, chat. Gets the shout out in before I even ask. I love it when I train chat. How we doing, June? How was Factorio? Have you made any progress in the great sailing ship adventure that is Factorio? I can still see the ground. Well, this is only because we're at an outpost, Mucky. You want to go back to base and see whether we can still see the ground. Because there are definitely parts where you can't. How you doing, Mucky? Can we get a shout out for Mr. Mucky as well? He's a horrible streamer, but he is Australian, so we apologise. Both as a nation and as an individual. I apologise for Mucky's attempt at streaming. But you'll generally find me there 1, 2, 3 nights a week. Alright. Yeah. 4K per minute blue circuit build. Not bad, June. I just built, you get this, it's taken me 2 whole streams. I'm going to roll it up and say around about 6 hours to make 1,000 freaking plastic per minute. Not per second, per minute. And now I'm throwing half of it in a rubbish bin. Venetaxi, does the spaghetti not make it confusing when you need to look at it later? Generally, no.
It makes it confusing for everyone but JD.
At the end of the day, okay, unless the belt is full and has shit on it, you can't tell what a belt does in Satisfactory at all. There is no way to track a belt because it's 3D, because it's going up, down, left, and right. You can't stand at one side of the base and go, oh, that belt over there between those two machines is iron plates. One, because half the time the items don't actually stick up high enough so you can actually see what the hell's on the belt at that distance. 2, because it's 3D. You can't get enough of a perspective to see exactly what a belt does. Hey, Mucky. Can you still see the grounds? Mucky Luck is the buggy man. Mucky Luck wants me where I am. Love it. Wow. Yeah, wow sums it up. And maybe love it. Funnily enough, there are actually machines in here that you can't even see. If you make it a certain way, you can ride the belt to figure out where it is. That is until you use a lift. As soon as you use a lift, you can no longer sit on the belt and ride it. But look, at the end of the day, look, this is horrible spaghetti. Don't get me wrong, okay? This is supremely spaghetti. But if you see multiple items on a belt, it's a trash belt. Trash belts go to the trash, and they just get crunched and turned to points, okay? If it's any other belt, if it's not moving, it's going to storage. If it's moving, it's probably going to a production line. So I can tell you straight away that smart AI limiters, which are going to storage because it's not moving, and if I follow this backward, this would come back to AI limiters. So that's AI limiters, that's AI limiters, and that's AI limiters. Open one up, speaking AI limiters. Hi. Hi. Is that a good night? Going for a shower, and then it's good night. Okay.
I was sitting in the rain.
Oh, you were sitting in the rain. Why were you sitting in the rain?
Oh, because they decided it'd be really great to do it outside in like really windy weather and rain.
Oh, good, good. Were they drunk?
No, not really.
Not really? Okay.
Took away.
Just enough to make sure that they didn't feel the cold. Yep, yep.
Oh no, they all went and put blazers on.
Oh, okay. Okay, okay. So yeah, if you can see a belt has materials on it, and it's just a matter of following the materials. Like, you know, that's obviously copper cable, so we can see that that comes from here, which comes from the complete belt. The complete belt comes from the left, which goes through that splitter. It's that belt right there still, which, if we have a quick look over here, we just got to find it again. Oh, look, there it is, there it is, there it is, and that's the complete belt down there, which just phases through the ground. Yeah. I wonder how much you could scale things back just by removing the trash. If we didn't have the trash lines, so the base turned off, half the base wouldn't run, honestly. Like, the production lines would still be there. The resources, the mines would already be spoken for, but it'd just sit there on a backed up line. And that's what I'm saying. As long as the line is backed up, in a clean factory or a spaghetti factory, you can tell what it is. If the lines are blank, so you have a blank belt, like that blank belt, I got no idea what the fuck that is. No idea. And the only way I find out is by backtracking the whole belt to find an item on it. And the fact that we're playing on a server means there is a perfect chance that I might not see items on a belt at all. Are your crystal oscillators, which are running perfectly fine, actually. Where's the trash belt? Hey, trash belt. That has random gaps in it because dedicated servers. We can tell by the fact that the rate the belt's moving, it probably doesn't have any gaps. Doesn't have any gaps in it, but just multiplayer server, it stops here and teleports to here because dedicated servers. Oh, why is he using the polymer recipe? It gives less materials than the heavy oil residue recipe. I am using the heavy oil residue recipe. But it spits out its polymer at the end. Okay, so I just finished fixing up oil. In theory, we need to do something about objective number 4, right?
Yep. Which means we need radioactive shit. One of them at least.
No, you don't.
Nuclear pasta, I'm fairly sure does.
No, you don't.
Needs copper powder.
Copper
Oh, really?
There's no
What the
nuclear
hell is it
needed.
called nuclear pasta then?
Don't know, but it's a step along the way probably. But we've done this and we don't need any nuclear. Nuclear's just for power.
Okay, so I need a constructor. Any idea where we get copper ingots from?
There
Never
should be
mind,
some
I-
spare over there.
Oh, hang on. Actually, I might... Well, keep picking. Over there. Alright,
There might be some.
alright. As in the very far one all the way over there?
Well, I made a second lot of refining copper.
Huh?
We're out of copper cable.
Yeah, so the big one that washed everything and turned it... Oh my god, there's a second one.
This is-
Okay.
The second one.
I thought it was the first one still.
There's still another 2 copper patches there that can be washed.
Yeah, I just didn't realise that they'd been washed. Yes. Okay, so this all produces copper cable, which in theory, at the end of the day, after I've run out of power, should all be sunk anyway. Except somebody hasn't gone through and actually divvied up the lines and sunk them properly.
Oh, hell no. You can probably cut half of that off. I don't know how much is getting produced there.
Oh, a shit ton, and not a lot of it's moving. Okay, so
Yeah,
I
basically.
want production. I want constructor. 1,
Hey,
2,
Bilbo, could I get
3.
some cards yet?
In JD's inventory, aren't they?
I thought you had them all.
No, the ones I found.
I have none. You ran off with 100 and something, and then you died again.
I gave a bunch back, put it into the machines.
Okay, and then you still ran off with more, and then you died 8 times, and have recovered your body how many times?
And I don't have any in my inventory, so I don't know where the hell they are.
Okay, have you recovered everybody that you have lost?
I have to take the map into the save editor and find it.
I know I don't have any.
Oh, that's a splitter, that's a splitter, that's a merger. That's what I'm looking for.
Every time I use a tube and there's a server save, I get disconnected.
Oh, hang on, doggo. I need the right. That's what I'm looking for. Hi, doggo. Oh, look, now you can be patted.
I wish they'd fix this bug.
You're very sick, doggo. You're vibrating in sheer joy, although you keep staring straight ahead. Sure, he's fine. Fine. Good doggo. Okay. What was I doing? I was saying hi, doggos. Alright, so that's my belt of copper thump them. And then... so what I want to do the game, have an overflow line from every major resource that goes back to a central hub where people are going to pick up things they need for the job they want to do. We already have one of those. After I make it through the Christmas forest.
Yeah, each line is actually maxing out the belt.
For the Christmas forest?
Yeah.
So you're telling me we need more Christmas trees?
I need another, what is it? 26 Christmas trees.
Okay, more Christmas trees it is.
And then I've got 3 yellow belt, Mark 5 belts of present. 1 for each level.
There's a go-to-bed child in the background. There is a go-to-bed child in the background. So yes, we already have a central storage right here, which you can swing by to drop off your crap. And when you drop off your crap, it magically goes through the great roundabout of sorting, where it goes through every one of these smart splitters, all the way around the outside, all the way back up this side, all the way here. And if it ain't used, it goes into the trash. Which
high-speed connectors are not getting sunk. The machines are stalled.
hang on. Technically, Fox, you should put them in storage. Right, overflow. Is that a trash belt? That's a trash belt.
So in that smart build of roundabout of
Yeah.
storage containers, if the container's full, does the
It
smart
gets sunk.
splitter then? Does the smart splitter not get stuck on it?
Nope.
No.
So you have overspill or something.
Yeah, if it can't go in there, it just goes straight off the trash. Solved, Fox.
Okay.
I missed that one, obviously. Alright, I want... O-O-N-N. I want... Not that. Parts. A pressure converter, which is fused modular frames and radio control units. Which we are obviously going to build well out of the way right here, because I feel like right here is a good spot. Alright, radio control units and golden frames. And you have an output at the front. And how the fuck does shit get into there? Well, that's one of the items I wanted.
They're both right there.
Yeah, they're literally right here. It's just how do I get the materials out of the correct belt? I'm not even sure how fused modular frames get in there. Obviously... Not that one. That one. Come on! Come on. Oh. I don't know. Alright. Fused modular frames. Where do fused modular frames come from?
Right above you.
Oh, really? Not there. Not there. Heat sinks are out of rubber. Why would they be out of rubber?
Because we don't have any rubber.
You mean I went through all that effort to find out we don't have any fucking rubber? I'm not touching oil. May 32 Christmas trees so far, shooting for 64 total probably. I have no idea how many we have, but we're just going for... Can we make the belt go flat out?
Belt of Christmas presents? Yes.
We're out of
We've
rubber.
got 2 Mark 5 belts flat out.
Yeah, I don't know how many trees that is.
52 per Mark 5 belt.
Oh, okay. So we're over the 100 mark.
Yep.
Exactly how could that belt support that many copper wire machines? It can't. So I still don't know where golden frames are. Maybe they're this one. Nope.
The first machine there.
The blender?
Yeah.
No.
Requires a gas.
No, that's cooling systems.
No, other end.
That one. Okay, fused modular frames, fully overclocked. Drop that in there. You guys spit out. You come down there. You do pop out on the belt. Excellent, cool. We've established that spaghetti is the bit of spaghetti I want. You go to... Oh my god. Yeah, you come to here. No, that's not what we're looking for. I'm no, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. That's how it landed. Plug that in there. Okay, so you're gonna do... What the hell am I looking for? Cases... What? Pressure conversion cube. Okay. Search. Cube.
Hey, come here and have a look at this, just for the hell of it.
I will.
I've managed to get so many belts backwards, it's stupid.
Pasta. So if I search for pasta, it doesn't tell me what an item goes into. Opening codex.
Pasta? It goes into...
Yeah, but it doesn't tell me the spots where... So...
You need a particle accelerator.
For pasta?
to make the button.
Oh. No, I'm trying to find out if the pressure conversion cube goes into anything or just into the pasta.
Just into the pasta, it's a lift thing.
Okay.
It's used in nuclear pasta, plutonium fuel units, and turbo pressure motors.
The pressure conversion cube is used in 4 different things?
It can be, but if we haven't got the old one, so the pressure conversion cube can be used in nuclear pasta. Then there's 2 alternate recipes that use it: plutonium fuel units.
Okay, so I should store it somewhere. I should store it somewhere.
And a turbo pressure motor.
That's all I need. All I need. Okay, I should store it somewhere. That's just companion cube. It is companion cube. Just make one call it job. Yeah, I am. What did Fox do where?
I managed to do a lot of backwards belts.
So if you want to make turbo motors, you can use those pressure cubes as an alternate option with packaged nitrogen in a manufacturer.
Not that one. Not that one. That one. No, I want baubles. Those ones. Power pole to there. Power pole. Fixmas power line. Alright. I need materials. Oh my god. Cat, you done? Sheesh. Oh really? I can't upgrade existing power cables?
Hell no.
But I want the Christmas lighty ones.
They should have upgraded all the regular ones already.
No, these ones.
Done it.
These ones.
Yeah, yeah, it should have automatically been done when Pix arrived.
Nope, it's a craftable item. It's a craftable item. But I can't upgrade the wire. You want an employee of the Planet Cup? If we can seek enough crap, sure. Do we really need all these spotlights still?
Maybe? I don't know.
Alright.
They're useful for flying over the gas cloud.
True. Alright, I just need to find out what box they're made in. Somewhere in Fox Spaghetti. That box. I will have a stack of those, please. Alright, we're using Christmas lights everywhere. Click on pole to upgrade the connection wires. You reckon? Nope. That just brings a new pole off with the lines. Cables just build, don't replace. I would agree. I would agree. Okay, so I need to find the crap that I just built and put it into a storage container. And then we need to combine A and B to make nuclear pasta. Which, despite its name, doesn't actually require any nuclear items. And yes, we are out of rubber. Okay, so you're going this way. So forward is... If I type in companion cube, it won't work. Okay. We float down. We put one of those... Come on. Down there. Into there. I want... a bit of belt out. No, actually, we'll just build another assembler. There. Your belt comes. Actually, send me the effort. And 7, 9. That's a merger. We want a splitter. That belt comes out. It goes into there. That goes into there. An 8 goes underneath. Belt, no, fly down first. Then, nope, a belt from there to... Yes, definitely swing at nothing. Fine, 5, there to... Oh, yeah, I think that's the one I want. Alright, in theory, some have gone that way, and they've ended up in... They haven't ended up in. You need the recipe of... Oh no, this goes into a particle accelerator. Okay, what the fuck do I need to make a particle accelerator? Clear. Radio control units. Electromagnetic rods.
We have that.
Yeah, we do. Cooling system. I have no idea
Might
what the
have them. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I don't know where they go. Or where they're stored. Or if they're stored.
Other turbo motors, that you'll be able to grab a stack from them.
They are definitely are not in the storage. You have no
They
power. Why do you have no power? Why do you have no power? Wait, what? 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 Why are things not have power? Yeah, random power policy. That's a cooling... Oh, cooling system goes this way. Ah, okay. It's stored all the way over here. Cooling system. Supercomputer. Nope. 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 Hang on. Aren't supercomputers on this side?
Most logical of logical sorting systems.
Yeah, you hold down F and aim at the chest. Or you read the signs on the front. I know they're here somewhere. But not one I've gone too many times, so I don't remember. What? You're not meant to have those.
There's 74 slugs shards in the hub chest.
Woohoo! We can overclock more things. Okay, that one's got supercomputers. Fused modular frames, which are the ones I just ripped up. Not that one. Not that one. That one. And turbo motors. Where are turbo motors stored?
Around the back, I think it is.
That one. Oh! Yes, power. No, that's not turbo motor. That's turbo motor. Okay. They use a lot of power. Bilbo got bored and built a little bit of power. I believe he got Jack of the server doing cool server things and him doing completely normal things. And then random death instances. Zoop. Okay. Particle accelerator. Can you... Oh, now I want to make a train go through the middle of it. I really want to make a train go through the middle of it. Okay, priorities.
Journey priorities or actual priorities?
Let me get back to you on that one. Transportation. I would like to have a railway. Let's drag a bit of a railway this way. And then... too steep. Why do you give me these excuses, train track? Work harder. So do you know the best thing about a train system in Satisfactory is if you just add a station, just a station, and then you tell a train to go from A to B, it'll just loop forever and never needs to actually stop for fuel. Because it runs on electricity.
A bot for that.
But it means if somebody was to build a train station and a train that went through a particle accelerator, and the train just went around and around and around and around and around and around and yeah.
It's been done.
Yeah, but I get to do it this way. I was hoping you're going to do that, yeah.
They got one on that guy who's making that 2 million points per minute. He's got a train going through 3 of them.
Talk about overachieving. How? Oh my god, hang on. I need height. Hello.
He's making those director things.
Fixedness.
60 per minute.
6. I don't know what director things you're talking about.
So the first icon on the main objective. Assembly director system.
Oh, okay.
They're worth 500,000 points each.
How do I clear something from the hotbar? Or put something over the hotbar?
Just put another number. Use the number again on.
Can you put a Fixedness power light on your hotbar?
Yeah,
Probably.
should be able to.
Can you actually do it, is the question. Okay, it looks like it's done. Alright. Yeah, it just I got no GUI pop up. Okay. Yeah. So remember the game allowed me to do that. Okay? It's not my fault. The game allowed me. That's my excuse.
Really?
Yep, it's totally my excuse. The game said that's legitimate play, and I went, okie dokie.
Those railway lines are not connected.
You reckon?
I reckon you'll find out it doesn't work the way you think.
Let's put the train at the top. Seems like a great way to do it. Oh, I will get to try. Open train menu. Nothing! Oh no, they're definitely not connected. Out. Yeah, that's not connected. Okay, let's try that again.
Yeah, no. That is.
It allowed that bit down there. That's the bit I'm curious about. I don't think it's connected.
I think that's actually setting up a set of point.
Maybe? More speed. You can do it, train. Oh my god, the acceleration. Yeah, that whole 25 megawatts worth of power makes all the difference. Come on, it's going to be the fastest U-turn ever if they're actually connected. Ah! guess what?
The hell? Okay, well that needs a bug report. That's definitely a bug.
Go to that station. Or wait 15 seconds. And wait, or wait.
Yeah, they actually need
Discount?
to apparently have a wait till inventory full empty for the truck. They've
I-
only got a timer.
I think there is a
It's only a timer,
You sure?
unless they've patched it.
Okay, come on, train. Oh, that's right. I float. I hover. Go, train. Loopy! Yay! Finally have a station named after me. You do, sir. It was all in your honor. All in your honor. Had nothing to do with the loops. The particle accelerator loops. Come on, land on the train. Okay, fine. Don't land on the train. It goes through cliffs. Alright. Watch the train. Watch the train. Oh, it's braking! No!
Yeah, well, it needs to.
Yeah, you missed hard, dude. You missed that train station hard. Oh my god.
Did you quit already, child?
Huh?
Did you quit already?
I've lost my drink. Oh, there it is. Perfectly normal U-turn. Yep. Perfectly normal. It's well practiced. Okay, so I can't remove that one bit of track. But I can fiddle with everything else. So I think I will need to move the train station. I definitely need to chop down any trees that are in the way. And I want to avoid going through rocks.
Come on.
Because I'd like to stand on top of this train. What is taking you so long? No path. Why
Because
no?
it's only got one station. You need to add the same station twice, I think.
Child. Donate a hand in the morning to load that. Okay.
Path is invalid. Okay, go to that station. Wait for 0 seconds. Save. Save changes. Turn off. Turn on. Edit. Add.
Yeah, just add another station.
Wait 1 second. Save. Save. Turn off. Turn on. Nope. Okay. Need 2 stations. Drive the path manually. If I drive the path manually, I'm limited to 25 megawatts worth of power, which is a slow train does go. Yes, dear.
Okay.
Thanks, yeah. Pop it on
She's
them.
going.
Yeah. Night, dear. I will see you in the morning. Fly screens to do tomorrow, and
Christmas lunch.
okay, that fly screens, other things. Huh?
Stealing one of these.
Yeah, only one, please.
Oh, took one.
Okay, don't shappy.
Let's try not to kill myself trying to go to bed.
Not my child's room.
What's that, child?
Yeah, but not my child's room. It's your child's room. I told your child to clean up room. For fear of killing their mother. This is where I quietly say that they did nothing about it because that was their goal. So we're going to remove the... No, we'll leave that stack. So I did another train station. Actually, how dumb is the game? Can I do that?
Without insulting you, I don't know.
Thanks, Bilbo.
I think that will be counted as one station. With 2 platforms.
Well, they're both station. Oh my god! If I could get that stick on a tree. Uh-huh.
This is not gonna work.
I know that.
Huh?
I know that.
I can't sleep here.
Okay. I have the same problem, dude. Okay. Train track connect. Oh my god. Okay, fine. Have your own special platform. Because you're being a baby about it, train track. There we go. Okay, so that's connected. Actually, that was probably connected. I shouldn't have removed that. Okay, can we put down a train? Okay, train station and loop-de-loopy. Okay. Loop-de-loop-de, hairpin, Venray, save, turn on self-driving, land on it. Okay, belt. That belt is definitely in the way. Okay, we need to bring that belt to... No, you can't join there, but you can stand on your existing belt and remove that. Have you go into there. Okay, that's better. Come back here, train. I wish to ride on top. No, come back here. Yeah, I want to move the train station anyway. Okay. Fine. Go train. Okay, I just need you to stop at the station and then slide forward 1 tile and stop at the station and then go. If that works, then I should be able to move the train station so you head at full speed. What's with the Dutch station names? That's the dev. The devs are Swedish, Dutch. Yes, so they have they use Dutch names. How you doing, Megan? Work today, no work today, studying today, pretending to study today, just going to the Bed Bath and Beyond or whatever it is and just spending all your money there. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Doing good. We're going to do a studio update in like 5 minutes after I configure this train. Because I want this train done. Work was okay. Okay. Okay is better than okay. I think I configured the stupid train to do the stupid thing. Alright, do we pass through other belts? I have a feeling that merger is going to be a yes. Okay, so I need... Okay. You disconnect. you come to... No, no, bad belt. Stand on top of your brethren. And then that goes into there. The merger goes up here. Just go. I can't believe I'm moving belts just so a train can drive through.
Why are you moving belts?
Oh, because I want to be able to stand on the train. I don't want to get knocked off.
Organize everything.
No, 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 let's not push things that far.
The belt knocks you off.
Okay. Okay, the Dutch trade system rather good compared to the most of the world. Really, JMO? Well, we need to have a talk about your trains.
I thought Germany was down to the second, or was that Japan?
That's Japan.
That's Japan.
That's Japan, because the Australian trains, whenever we hear about an Australian train, it's always like, Japan trains are down to the second. In Australia, we're like, yeah, give or take like 30 minutes, and we'll call it a good deal. Six. Come on, connect. Nope, 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 nope. High B's. Nope. Yes. Okay, I should better remove that. Come here, please. Oh, what's up? Okay, people fell, broke their hip, families are stupid, same old, same old. I'm going to come back and we're going to go through that in a second. I'm going to hit the ad break and find out what Sassy wants. I'll be back in 90 seconds. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, Japan top tier, press X to do 2 red lights and a dodgy PA. Yeah. Okay, so Megan, people fell, broke their hip, families are stupid, same old, same old. What do you do, Megan? Because that's never been answered. And I can agree, people are stupid. Yes, definitely. Loopy hairpin can come with us. We'll remove you. Plug that into there. And then I should be able to make this station over here loopy hairpin. Direct to English so Jenny can understand. Jenny struggles with English, let alone other languages. Yes, definitely. Okay. Paste that in there. Paste that in there. Paste that in there. Space, paste that. Okay. Train. Stranger powers are completely overrun by pokies, and the trains still don't run on time. No, of course not. Trains running on time is impossible. That requires people to be organised. They're Australian, they're not organised.
That requires the government not trying to sell off all the blue infrastructure.
Well, that's money. That's money waiting to happen. Okay, we want that station, that station. We want 1 second. In theory, 0 seconds.
To their pension funds.
And 0 seconds. 0 seconds. Save. Turn on. It's not very on. Did you just say you couldn't path?
It might be that hairpin.
But it was what? Oh no, it's that one right there. Can I reverse the order? Save.
Ooh. Med tech. Okay.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, no, I don't get a word of what JMS said. All no's. Medical technician is basically like an unlicensed nurse. But you're studying nursing, aren't you? Butterballs was... Oh, yes, midnight. Butterballs video went out. Yes. Okay. Studying nursing. Okay. You cannot find the station that's literally right in front of you. Can I just clarify, you cannot find this station? Okay, I'm slowest train in the world. Okay, you edit timetable, delete. Hairpin loopy. We're gonna send you to hairpin loopy. Edit, delete, save, go. What? Edit, hairpin loopy, save, go. It worked. Edit, loopy hairpin, save. Land. Go train. Okay. It is midnight. Yes, we're going to do a studio. So when I graduate, I make more money. Do what I'm doing. Okay. So you're studying for a piece of paper. Time is a relative concept. YouTube push quicker than the bot. The bot is a third-party bot. And it normally posts, give or take, 3 minutes. Timetable, that one. Next up is unreachable. So that connection doesn't exist. You edit that. 0 seconds. Save. 0 seconds. Save. Save.
That's an interesting
Turn.
effect. JD, get your tool out, hover above water, and look down.
No, you're not allowed to do that, even on Twitch. Oh, yeah, hard right corner. Hard left corner. Yep,
God, that's not fucking like that.
it did not. But I'm staying on the train. Apart from the fact that the air brakes are sticking out all over the place, and the train is having a bit of an issue. And through the loop-de-loop, and we missed the tree. And am I going to cop a power pole? Nope. And yep, we'll ignore that corner too. And then this is the bit I want. I want to go through the hairpin. Hairpin. I'm going to face this way and look. Okay. Okay, why is the train this slow? Yeah. When it's empty. I cannot make a train accelerate no matter what. I'm gonna need... Oh. I'm pretty sure straight through that. Ooh, never mind, no, I didn't face through the tree. Alright, I don't have a chainsaw, do I? No, I need a chainsaw.
Probably got rid of it.
I need a chainsaw.
So, get your construction tool out, JD,
Mm-hmm.
and go over the water and look down. And then look at the construction tool.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Get rid of the hologram from right underneath the tool.
Huh?
and look at the metal bar that sticks out on over the side
What?
underneath the cap. You want to be looking at the water, not the hologram.
I'm confused.
There's an interesting effect around the metal bar and the cap.
Oh, yeah. It's the same thing they had with the coffee cup.
Coffee cup doesn't seem to be doing it. Oh no, it is there.
Yeah, you'll find the top of the coffee cup is... It's much better, but it used to be a lot worse. 6 minute delay for the bot? Yeah, it's because it's Carl bot.
Yeah, Carl.
Yeah, it's Carl bot. And I thought at one stage... Bilbo, at one stage, did we have a different YouTube bot?
You did, I think. But it wasn't doing everything you wanted.
It didn't do push notifications. That's what it didn't do. Where is system messages? Is that where they go? No, they go into.
Bot
No, that's bot messages. Bot log. Where the fuck's that gone?
That's
There.
me.
Yeah, no, I got that.
That's your stream starting.
Which turns out is as of yesterday's video is 47 minutes late.
Yeah, JD Plays bot is.
Yeah, I can't remember where I got it from. I'd have to do back lookup because I was looking for an alternate bot because Red Circus were having an issue with their bot. What am I looking for? Chainsaw. Yes. Hey, Sai. How you doing? I just need to grab a chainsaw and put that straight in my hand. And you don't use fuel for reasons.
Yeah, so with the Madhouse bot, the car bot, we can put in the mention tag.
Yeah.
For people want to subscribe.
Yeah, I remember why we changed, but yeah, it was just something that the RC's having a problem with the bot just not posting at all. Do you have a train delivering coal to your power plants? No. Very expensive piece of paper. All the pieces of paper are expensive. I went to college for a number of years to get a piece of paper that, due to the way that the correspondence arm of the college and the non-correspondence arm of the college spoke or did not speak to one another, meant that I never got my piece of paper. And I wasted 12 months.
That happened.
I wasted 12 months doing it. And the sad thing was, it was all in IT. Hello, kitty cat. I was getting the piece of paper to literally do the things that I was already doing. It was just, if I ever got a job elsewhere, I could have the piece of paper to say, I know stuff. Okay, everyone says John Coltrane. No, we don't have a John Coltrane. Sorry, Niles. Alright, so I gotta look at photos on Discord, and we gotta do a studio update. And Go to Bed Child needs to go to bed, because Go to Bed Child needs to fill in a hole. Yes, Father.
We have lunch tomorrow.
And after lunch, I still have a hole in the floor, in the floor, in the ground.
In the
Okay,
floor?
you wanted $100.
Wait, what?
You were giving me
That's a new
$100 to
development?
dig the hole. We never discussed filling it in.
Part of digging the hole is filling in the
No.
hole.
That was never discussed.
I don't think it is.
Oh, my child. If I hire a plumber to dig a hole and run a cable through it, they dig a hole, they run a cable through it, and they fill in the damn hole.
Okay, that's a plumber.
Plumbers
Okay.
don't usually do cables, but okay.
Well, technically, I would have been hiring
Child
an
is
electrician.
correct! Ha!
Shut up, Stinson. Stinson just likes it when I say shut up, Stinson. Okay. Just from the barbershop, hands up to the good. Now I look less like a gorilla. I can't. Okay. I can't say the same.
Inside I'm not. No, Taka Bear, that would be incredibly difficult.
But it's the performance of the game is great. What?
Taka Bear even says my logic is sound.
Shut up! You're loud. Okay, technically I would have been hiring an electrician to dig the hole and fill the hole, and then the electrician told me to hire a plumber. Because plumbers are good at digging holes. AKA, the electrician really didn't want to dig a hole. Why for you not go train? There we go. Go train.
Child is not a plumber.
No, I wouldn't trust the child with anything. I gave her one manual tool once, and she broke the plumbing, and then I had to spend $300 on a plumber for them to fix the plumbing.
And we also almost electrocuted one of my friends.
That's a whole separate story.
That sounds more important.
Well, it's an over-exaggeration. Right, the RCD flipped. Bad bees. I'm busy here, bee. Go away. I'm trying to watch the train.
What?
Yes, go train.
What just happened?
Go train. Through the particle accelerator.
That's a very jolty train.
It's a perfectly fine train.
It gets worse.
Come here, bee. Okay. Train, go round corner. And pop. Yep. And then it comes down here. And I run out of power. Come on. I want to see this corner. Yep. Perfectly fine train.
I missed that one.
Well, you were not paying attention.
No, I was looking at chat.
Yep.
Clip it. If you want it clipped, you clip it.
Okay, I call that train a perfectly good train, perfectly acceptable train. I'm not going to stand on the train, otherwise it's going to make noise as I keep going around. Bilbo's going to look at a config file. Child needs education in the fun world of contracts. More likely just subcontract to somebody else. Might go to spin in January with my gang. Now the game is involved. The game is fine, performance-wise. As you can see, because we're on a dedicated server, or any server, there are certain issues, like those two train tracks technically connect.
Oh my gosh. Don't look at the deadline.
And then when the train finally moves forward from one station to the next, because they can't have a one-station loop, they need a two-station loop. So train goes from station 1 at the rear, loopy hairpin to hairpin loopy station. He pulls forward and then stops, then goes through a 0-second load and unload cycle, and then drives through that corner, the particle accelerator, and the special thing over there. Which means I've built nothing important for like 40 minutes now. Alright, I want my drink. Thank you. Doesn't have Factory as pass-through options. Factoria didn't have Factoria as pass-through options. How you get the stranded lights? Megan is part of the Fixmas event, which is on right now. Yes, this train is perfectly normal and not haunted at all. Okay.
I found it quite normal.
No conditions. Train doesn't even stop at it. Nope. That wasn't in Factorio till 16.
Not fill it because some other stuff is going to stuff it in by other people.
I find quite a while the contrary of digging holes not fill it because some other stuff is going to be stuffed in it by other people and then filled in by landscaper. No, originally it would have been an electrician who was hired to dig the hole to put the electrical cable in.
Named quality note. I mean.
Okay. Stop talking.
I'm sorry.
You are really annoying, okay? So, what we're going to do is we're going to let Bilbo tinker with the server if he wishes. I will put...
I didn't find any settings to change.
Oh, didn't you? Okay. I loved it whilst it was happening until it became cursed forever. I didn't even look at it last year.
I did.
Okay, that's nice for you. Okay, I need
No,
to
I
look
didn't.
at...
Lost you.
Okay, you done?
Uh-huh.
Cool. You really know we have to tolerate you? You don't actually have to. Glauside chooses to and comes back for 35 months. Thank you so much, Glauside. How you doing? Train track's still straighter than your Factorio base. It is, technically. Although, I think we're going with the same theme here, because that looks like a 45-degree angle before we turn again. At another... Yeah. Ziggy-zags.
I thought Stinson was about to lose his mod privileges.
Not yet. He's getting close.
Oh.
Okay. So, we're going to go display capture. I'm going to stop showing up. Sweet. Stinson, you were here last stream, wasn't it? From memory? It kind of feels like a 45-degree bust, but still normal belts might be slightly nicer. Well, I think the last video that had just was nice, normal. We rotated the whole Factorio screen.